Kitty Pryde is lost at sea, and maybe even worse, Emma Frost will need to grow the ranks of the Hellfire Trading Company if they hope to strike back against Sebastian Shaw. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Marauders issue number 7 and find out. So, as the comic opens, we check on in with Callisto, the former queen of the Morlocks. Wow, feels like forever. I gotta say, Callisto is probably my favorite mutant Cyclops who's not named Scott. Think about it, that's a funny joke. Callisto has been summoned by Emma Frost, and she goes running on in when she hears screaming, thinking that Emma's under attack, but no, she's just getting fitted by Jumbo for a brand new gown. They're throwing a gala ball later, darling. It seems that Emma Frost pushed really hard to have Callisto resurrected because she wants her to join the Hellfire Trading Company as her brand new White Knight. Also, oh, I see how it is. Emma Frost can conduct an important business meeting in her gotch, but if I do it, suddenly we have to have a meeting about it. I work from home and alone, by the way. Callisto doesn't trust Emma, and rightly so, but she is promised a heck of a lot of great rewards for signing on, and as such, she decides to become the White Knight on a trial basis. She even gets a brand new white cut-off coat for it. And thus, Emma Frost continues to build her bad bitch collective, helping them with their careers just a little. Well, I mean, I guess except for Jumbo and her brother, but you know, they're white queens in their own way, darling. Now, as part of Callisto's first day on the job, she goes to meet Bishop and the rest of the Marauder crew who have finally showed back up in Krakoa. The only problem is Kitty is nowhere to be found and no one knows what happened to her. This looks like a job for Bishop to undertake, and at the same time, Callisto and Storm decide to work through some of their hanging issues. After all, these two have a long and storied history, battling for who's going to be Queen of the Morlocks and trying to stab each other in the face, so, you know, long history. Now, what none of our heroes actually know is that the brand new Hellfire Club Jr. is actually listening to them right now thanks to Yellow Jacket stowing away inside Pyro. They're also selling all of this intel to the Russian government, who has a major bone to pick with the mutants, what with them continuing to mess with them at every turn and even stealing their power-dampening armors. It's also in this issue too we see that the Hellfire Club Jr. has their own hand signal. It's not quite the rock-on, it's like an inverse of that. It's very awkward to hold. Bishop makes his way back to Madripoor and cuts down a small army of armed soldiers trying to get to the truth of what's going on here. Once he gets attacked by one of the Hellfire Jr. kids, it all starts to come into place for him. But again, this issue really isn't about that, it's mostly about Callisto. We get a really awesome scene wherein she goes to visit Mask, one of the original Claremont Morlocks who survived the Morlock Massacre. It seems that as part of the Morlock Queen's deal with Emma Frost, her people are getting some really kick-ass accommodations, including a fancy-ass country club where they can spend their days playing golf. Callisto says maybe the dream of Krakoa really is true and the Morlocks can finally have the things that they always wanted to all those years spent living in the sewer. Of course, Mask does bring up the fact that isn't it kinda distasteful that Kitty Pryde called her ship the Marauder and the Marauders were the ones who killed all those Morlocks? That's going to have to be a discussion for another day, though, as Kitty is still missing. In fact, she misses a very important Quiet Council meeting that Emma has to think fast to cover for her. And while Captain Kate is still nowhere to be found, out in Madripoor, a group of fishermen end up digging out Lockheed from the ocean. The little purple dragon doesn't seem to be dead, so maybe Captain Kate met a similar fate, but for that, we'll have to check in next time. And so that was Marauders issue number 7, and overall, I thought it was another very cool issue and a nice change of pace from the stories we've been getting. I've always enjoyed Callisto, and I do like this idea that Emma Frost is building this ultimate girl gang. Not just to mess with Sebastian Shaw, but to mess with pretty much anyone, human or mutant, that gets on her nerves, and I mean, isn't that just wonderful? Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one another very positive 8.5 out of 10, and I cannot wait to see where this whole missing Kitty mystery goes. Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, you know, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.